Hey everyone, this is Hugh from Plaguelands Media, not bringing you a board game playthrough today, but something a little bit different. We're wrapping up 2020, which in all honesty has been a pretty shitty year for a lot of people. So I thought what I would do is a top 5 list. I see a lot of these board game channels have put out the list of the top 20 games of 2020 and things like that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do a top 5 list. My top 5 gaming experiences of 2020. These are just personal experiences that I've had, and I thought it might be fun to share them with you. I'll have an old friend dropping by, someone that I met many years ago when I lived in Katoomba, and then when I moved to South Korea, he kind of followed me, so he will be here to enjoy this experience as well. So, without further ado, let's get this fucking list to the table. Number 5. Shit. Okay, so my number 5 is a pretty easy one. It's receiving a Kickstarter that I thought was lost. This is Unbroken. I've done a playthrough video of this on this channel, and some of you might not know this, but this had a very kind of risky Kickstarter. There are a lot of problems with it, especially with the distribution, and a lot of the people that backed this game unfairly, in my opinion, took this out on the game's creator. It was 2 years, 3 years ago, I don't even remember now. I never expected to see my copy, and I didn't get an email about it. I didn't get any notifications from Kickstarter or from the company that was shipping it out, and then it just arrived on my doorstep one day, and I had no idea what the package was, and I opened it up and damn near shit my pants. So getting this game was just fantastic, because I honestly never thought I would see it, or if I did, I would have to buy a retail copy of it. The gameplay's fantastic. You're basically, it's a solo game. You're basically an adventurer trapped in some caves who is just trying to escape 4 levels of this cave system, building up your resources to fight a boss monster at the end of each level. You can go back and watch my playthrough of it. I did not bad. It's a very difficult game, but still a fantastic solo game. If you are interested in that kind of thing, you can probably buy copies out there at the moment. So I did promise that an old friend would be stopping by, and he's right here. He just wants to say hello. So old friend Jack Daniels. So this is my number 5 gaming experience of 2020, receiving a lost Kickstarter. Let's move right on. Number 4. Shit. So my number 4 gaming experience is really broad in scope, and it's just learning new games this year. I went through a bit of a purge of my board game collection. I just didn't have the room to keep a lot of the games that I just wasn't playing anymore. So I have, in the interim since that purge, got a few new games, and just learning the rules and then playing the games for the first time and realizing that I messed up those rules so fucking badly. It's just great. It's one of my favorite things to do is just to read through rules. You can see role-playing game rules in the background here. I have my Dungeons & Dragons shelf, Call of Cthulhu. I love rulebooks, gaming rulebooks. I love playing a game, realizing that I don't know what to do here, and then having to scour through the rulebook. That's fun to me for some reason. It's a little sadomasochistic, but it's fun. So I learned games like, you'll see my playthrough of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I messed up the movement rules so bad in that video. Altar Quest, I think I've got a hang of the rules now, but I still make a ton of mistakes that are pretty detrimental to myself playing the game. It normally ends up that I lose a lot of the time, but that's great, that's fine. That's half the fun of why I do this. So my number 4 gaming experience is just learning new rules to new board games, or relearning rules to old games that I haven't played in a while, like Renegade. I haven't pulled Renegade out for many years, and this year I've played it about 10 or 11 times. Absolutely fell in love with it all over again because of those rules. It's just a fantastic experience, and that is why it is my number 4. Let's keep going. Number 3. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, number 3 is a pretty simple one. Marvel Champions. Anything Marvel Champions this year. It has absolutely been my favorite game of the year. When I first got it, I really didn't enjoy it all that much, and I was kind of umming and ahhing. Did I make a mistake? Did I not make a mistake? But as the new packs came out, and yes, I do have a subscription with Team Covenant. It takes a little bit longer for them to send it over here to South Korea, but it is definitely worth the wait. New packs came out. We have the hero packs like Captain America, Miss Marvel, Doctor Strange, Thor, Hulk, Ant-Man. We have the campaign box, The Rise of Red Skull. This is just a game that I get to the table more than any other game this year, and I've filmed quite a few of them that are on this channel. But more importantly, it's through this game that I found other gaming channels that I've really come to enjoy, which I will talk about a little bit later on in this video. If you haven't played Marvel Champions, it's a card game produced by Fantasy Flight Games, basically 1 to 4 players, co-op. I play solo usually, and you are just a hero with a deck of cards, between 40 and 50 cards. Of course, you have your 15 aspect, or hero cards I should say, and then you pick an aspect, either protection, leadership, aggression, or justice. Each has a very different play style. Each character plays very differently as well. You get a ton of content in the core box. Some fantastic characters there, like Spider-Man, Black Panther, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk. I still haven't even explored, I would say, half of the characters in this game that Marvel Champions has to offer. I really haven't delved into the aggression aspect yet, or protection very much. So there's more content on the way, more characters coming. Wasp, we're getting a Guardians of the Galaxy expansion next year, I believe, because of COVID-19. Things are a little messed up. We're going to get Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. It's just a phenomenal game, quick to set up, quick to play, quick to pack away. My only complaint is storage space. My boxes are full, and any other characters that come, I'm going to have to find somewhere else to store them. But that is my number 3, anything Marvel Champions. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2. Son of a bitch. So my number 2 is another broad one, I guess, but it's just getting back into filming. Over a year ago, my wife bought me this camera because I said I wanted to film some board games, and I did. I filmed a few of them and posted them on this channel. You can actually go back and watch them, they're still up. And then I just didn't have time, and for a long time I kind of fell out of filming board games. What the fuck am I talking about? This is what happens when you drink and film. Jeez. I fell out of filming board games for a while, and then this year, with everything that happened, I've been teaching online classes, and I just got back into it, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving the filming, I'm loving the editing, like learning little editing techniques. My editing still sucks, let's be honest. If you've watched the other videos, it's fucking dog shit. But it's fun. It's fun for me. Making the videos for subscribers. Now, here's the thing about this channel. We don't have a lot of subscribers. We have 25 of you out there that are watching this. But at the beginning of like this year, when I kind of started doing this again, we had 9. And now we're up to 25. And that's like a pebble in the ocean for a lot of YouTubers out there. But for me and for Plaguelands Media in general, 25 is fucking awesome. Now, what this ultimately has led to is to me finding other board gaming channels and watching how they do things. Granted, my setup kind of sucks. You can actually see in a lot of videos I'm zoomed out too far and things like that, but it's a learning process. It's a learning curve, and I'm relatively new to this, so I don't really care at the moment. But I've reached out to a couple of these board gaming channels, and the response has been really, really positive. And I'm going to actually share 4 of my favorite channels with you now, and I hope that you go and you subscribe to them, okay? Because the content they are bringing out is just... it's awesome. It's really, really fantastic content. The One Stop Co-op Shop. So you've got a group of guys. There's Colin, Mike, Barrett, and I believe Jason. And they play games, they review games, and it's entertaining and it's informative, and they really help you to learn the games themselves. They explain what they're doing, and it's just really great. And the sorts of games they play are all over the spectrum. It's just a really, really great channel. Red Plays, great setup, very charismatic, usually Marvel Champions stuff, which, hey, I'm a sucker for from the last spot on this list. But just a really, really great board gaming channel. Then we have Roy's Gaming Table, Marvel Champions, and Aeon's End, which is a game that I never really got into. I do have it on the computer from Handelabra Games, but I never really got into the actual card game deck builder aspect of it on the table, but very entertaining. And of course, huge friend of the channel, and I'm just going to shout that out now, Dale the Casual Gamer. Go and watch this guy's videos. Just fantastic. Great explanations, great gameplay. Just all in all, one of my favorite gaming channels of all time. What I will do is in the description below this video, I'm going to put a link to all 4 of these board gaming channels. Please go and subscribe to them. Go and watch them. They are absolutely phenomenal and really, really fantastic. So I cannot recommend them enough. But that is my number 2, is just doing this and then getting feedback from the community. Like, you can ask questions to these YouTubers, they're going to respond to you. And it's going to be really good feedback, really positive feedback, a little bit of back and forth banter, but they are really dedicated to this, and it's actually quite an inspiration. So, number 2, the whole filming, YouTube, board gaming community thing. Let's go on to number 1 because I'm getting mega shit-faced. Finally, number 1. Fucking hell. Okay, number 1. This was a really easy pick for me. Hostage Negotiator Korea Edition. When I got back into filming, I had just received the Kickstarter for Hostage Negotiator Korea Edition, and I thought, what better way to not only start filming again, but to showcase this new mode of Hostage Negotiator, which, if you don't know, is a solo dice game where you are a hostage negotiator trying to talk down someone who is very stressed and they've taken hostages for whatever reason. There are many different bad guys in there. Their motives are all different. What you need to do to defeat them is different, to kind of talk them down. And career mode basically is 10 years as a hostage negotiator, and you go through and you play with different branching story paths, and you never know which bad guy is going to come up and how that's going to act out. And you have a limited number of hostages in your hostage pool, and if they all get killed, you have to retire from the force. Sounds pretty straightforward, but holy shit was I bad at this game. Not bad, but every single hostage was killed. Every time I negotiated with one of these hostage takers, something would happen that will lead to them either escaping or killing everyone, or in even one instance, killing a woman who claimed to be my wife when my character wasn't actually married. Absolutely freaking hilarious. I know I sucked at it, but I had an absolute blast playing it. I only played through 6 years. I couldn't bring myself to finish the whole 10 years because it was just too depressing. And the comments I got on those videos were understandably negative, but negative in a funny way. I believe one person commented that please never play this game again. I am notoriously bad at Hostage Negotiator, and it shows in the videos that I posted, but with that said, absolutely fucking loved it. And the same company is releasing a horror movie version called Final Girl, which should be out next year. Same kind of format, but you are the final girl in a horror film trying to escape from the bad guy and get all the other like camp counselors or characters in the movie to safety, which I am looking forward to, and I will definitely be filming. So my number one, my shitty performance as a hostage fucking negotiator. Okay, so that was my top 5 gaming experiences of 2020. I hope you enjoyed this video. Rio, did you enjoy it? Why not? Because you weren't in it? Whenever I play board games, you never want to play. You say you can't roll the dice because your paws are all goopy. Okay then. Do you want to say something to all those people out there who are getting ready for 2021? Okay, it's a very uplifting message. What else? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so from Plaguelands Media to all of you, I want to wish you all a happy new year. All the best for 2021. Things are going to pick up. But if they don't, keep watching, because then you'll see me slowly lose my mind. So please hit subscribe down below if you liked this video. Go and share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your enemies. They will fucking hate you. I don't know why I said that, but it's out there now, so whatever. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on our website, www.plaguelandsmedia.com. Follow Ian Van Gamut on Instagram, follow Darth Mut on Redbubble, follow Plaguelands Media or Ian Van Gamut or Hugh Newton on Amazon on our Kindle books. You can go and download them. They are absolutely fantastic. Cheers everyone, this is to the new year. Now, what do we have coming up in 2021? Of course, Plaguelands Media are going to be working on new stuff, books, art, comics, the whole lot. We've got a lot of plans. We're not going to share them with you now. Calm the fuck down, okay? Just relax. Just enjoy the ride that is Plaguelands Media. We're getting there. It's taking us a little bit of time, but don't you fucking judge us. As for board game video playthroughs, I want to do some of the longer ones. Maybe Eldritch Horror, which I know my good friend Ian Van Gamet has been asking for a long time, and I really, really want to get that to the table. That is my favourite Lovecraft-inspired board game. Granted, I haven't played Arkham Horror 3rd Edition, but I've heard some mixed reviews. I do want to get Alter Quest to the table. Absolutely phenomenal dungeon crawler by Blacklist Games. You really should check it out if you're a fan of Hero Quest. You kind of know how it plays. Big Trouble in Little China, the board game, of course. Dungeon Degenerates, Hand of Doom. An absolutely amazing, almost like an RPG where you play as just criminals that go kind of questing with branching story paths and everything. It's a really fun dice throwing game. The art style is a bit divisive, but I enjoy it only because it reminds me a lot of the Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone fighting fantasy books. The art in those, like Caverns of the Snow Witch and things like that. And of course, for a long time, I've had this idea in my mind of a narrative campaign of Shadows of Brimstone, which, if you haven't played it, is an absolutely phenomenal dice-chucking, Wild West, supernatural dungeon crawler from Flying Frog Productions. And I have this idea of kind of writing a story and using a solo character to go through, and then having people on the channel or on Facebook kind of dictate how the story goes. So it's basically part narrative, part gameplay. I might look into kind of getting that set up. It's going to be a lot of work, but ultimately I think it will be very rewarding, and I already have a story kind of planned out. So look for those in the future. There might be some Hellboy coming up as well, some Batman Gotham City Chronicles, even though the rules are a little bit shit. But ultimately, all I'm saying is just keep watching the channel, keep enjoying the content. I'm going to try and bring as many games out as I can, and I hope you all enjoy them. Please stay safe. Have a fantastic New Year's Eve. Don't watch the fireworks because they're shit. And I'll see you in 2021. Cheers. Thanks for watching, everyone.